just asking him to go out on the circle here, and he's decided that this saddle is absolutely life-threatening. There you go, buddy. Probably better on this side. We'll go ahead and touch on some of the stuff that we've already done, like throwing the rope over his back while moving. He wants to have that initial concern about things, but kind of settles in decent. Obviously, I'm not going to ask him to walk right over the top of my saddle, but he should be able to get pretty close to it without being too concerned about it. That's kind of his go-to thing right there, is to just change directions by shouldering into me with his left shoulder. That's a very consistent issue. I worked on it last night for, gosh, probably 45 minutes. I was asking him to lead by between me and one of these lick tubs and the fence. And that was the end of the world. But he ended in a nice spot. But he has a habit of wanting to kind of get out on the end of the lead and pull away. Like even right here, he has his hip tipped away from me, and then he'll shoulder in and go to change directions and go the other way without me asking. And he gets pretty adamant about it sometimes. I'm just gonna keep screwing around with this until he has decent feel, which he hasn't had yet. He needs to not be pulling on me, and I'd like if all three parts of him, his head, his shoulders, and his hip, were all the same distance away from me. It's pretty good right there. He offered to lick and chew as well when he kind of gave in, got soft. What do you think there, big guy? I messed around with having him pick me up off the bucket, or at least the concept of picking me up off the tub last night, and I just laid over him. I didn't lay on him yet, but kind of laid over him and pet on him, and he didn't seem to be bothered by that. I'm not ready to ride him yet, but if he's cordial here, I might saddle him for the first time. I try to be really obnoxious with this saddle blanket because it's pretty hard to throw a 50-pound saddle up onto a horse when they're being silly. It's a lot easier to get obnoxious with this blanket, act like it's really heavy and stomp up to him. He needs to be able to handle all of that before I try to put a saddle on him the first time. And I'll do it on the other side too. Very important stuff. This colt wants to be pretty worried when I first start handling him during a session. He'll initially be pretty spooky or standoffish, and then it seems like he will settle in really quick and have more of a what are we doing now learning type of frame of mind. And I'll do that same thing where I'm just stalk up to him and touch him with it. Be all awkward about it here with the blanket before we get to the saddle. Now I just unsaddled Sawney, so he's a little bit smaller than this colt. I don't know if this saddle will fit, so I may have to adjust it. Once again, I try not to sneak around these colts. I try to just throw it up there like that's what they've been doing forever. So this guy has been through the on the ground program. There's stuff that he could touch up on a little bit, but he's seen the flag, he's seen the bag. We've worked on feel, lunging, picking me up off the fence. I have not ponied him yet. That's something that I still need to do. But I have not personally roped him, but he has been roped by his owner at least once that I know of. I probably should touch on roping him at some point here. To my knowledge, he has not felt cinch pressure of any kind. I'm keeping his head bent around to me a little bit, so if he decided to do something stupid, he would kind of spin away from me and not hopefully run me right over. So what I like to do with these guys, when I first saddle them here, I cinch them up tight enough that if they did something stupid, hopefully my saddle stays put. Then I'll get everything else cinched up, get the breast collar on, and cinch them up just a touch more. So once again, it's tight enough that when they do let out, it won't slip. And then I'll go to moving hinds and fronts. Looks like we're gonna buck. Try to redirect him here. I want him to go out on a left circle. I'd like him to disengage. That's what I was looking for initially right there. He kind of wants to bow up to me. Send him out. Want to be able to step those fronts as well. There he's looking and chewing. There. It's pretty good. I can change sides and do the same thing on this side. So obviously I'm not wanting him to buck, but it's not really something that I can stop him from doing. There you go. There. Go ahead and move him around a little bit. Let him feel that some. Job. I'm going to give him just a touch more there. Head. Turn him loose and let him move around. Pretty good. Hey, hey. Very good. Good boy. Pretty handsome guy. Hey, hey. Hey, hey. Good boy. Boy. Good job. Head. Head. Head.